Alright, dowsing chef Gino here. I have doused a vegan Parmesan cheese powder to replace Parmesan cheese. And you know what? It's got peanuts in it. Now, hear me out. You got to try this. It's really nice, and then you can do whatever you want with your pasta or even noodles. I'm starting with 2 cups of peanuts. I use the ones with the skin on, just because I do, but probably it will taste better without. And I'm going to put some olive oil. We're going to roast them. Just, I don't know, just whatever amount of oil you want. Whatever oil you got. Mix them up well, but I don't want to get my hands dirty, so that's going to be fine. Into a medium oven, 175 Celsius, which is that much Fahrenheit, 370 or something. Okay, it was doused. Okay, like peanuts. Okay, what are we making here? Anyway, my point is, peanuts and tomato go amazingly well together. Okay, they're both vegan ingredients. Just as a flavor combination, which is what this show's kind of about, things you wouldn't normally do. Peanut butter with fresh tomato sliced on top of toast or in a sandwich is actually really yum. Use the peanut butter that doesn't have sugar in it. So my point is, this Parmesan, you can use it in replacement of normal Parmesan cheese. So if you did a classic, tomato sauce with your tinned tomatoes and your garlic and your fresh basil, this works really well with that. So the idea is, just literally with natural ingredients to replace Parmesan cheese. And it's just real yum, and you can make it yourself. Okay, so we're going to roast them in the oven for however long it takes. Like, it's probably going to be 10 minutes. I'll do a pasta dish today. Okay, see you when the peanuts are ready. So peanuts are nearly ready. I think they've been in for nearly 10 minutes, or around about 10 minutes. Starting to smell them. Smells a good test, especially if you've got a fan in your oven. If the smell fills the room, it smells good, it's probably ready. Water's starting to boil, so I'm going to make pasta. I'm making pasta for dinner, so I'll just show you the whole dish. I don't want to say the word freestyling. That is pretty cringe for cooking. It's not skateboarding, right? But I'm freestyling today. So I'm going to put, I put quite a lot of salt in. You want the water to be pretty salty, because we're going to use, the peanuts are ready. Yeah, those are pretty good. You can actually do this with raw peanuts. I changed the recipe a little bit. I think I'll do another video for how to do it with raw peanuts. But those are pretty roasted. All right, so the water is boiling. So yeah, I break heaps of rules. You're meant to have a big pot. I'm going to put the whole pack in. Fusely. Hey, Annie. And, he wants a treat. He hasn't had his treat yet, but you're going to have to wait, buddy. Okay, so obviously you meant to put heaps more water, but I'm not going to pretend that that's what I do just for the video, so you don't criticize me. You can still do this, okay? That's a whole box of pasta. What does it say on the pack? Okay, what does it say? It's probably 11 minutes. Yes, Fusely. 11 minutes. Oh, there it's... It says 11 minutes. Okay, so I will cook it for probably 9 minutes, but I'm going to put the lid back on, let it come back to a boil, okay? And then put the timer on for 9 minutes. See, the thing is, if you're poor like us, you're not going to buy the pasta that all these purists tell you to use to cook in the way they tell you to cook. So I just do it the way I do it. We're going to reserve the pasta water, because I'll show you that this Parmesan works, adding it into the pasta to make it all creamy while you're cooking it at the end. But I really like this Parmesan sprinkled on top, because it's just like, it's really good. It's good. And yeah, I'm going to make a sauce. I usually just start making the sauce now for home cooking, and then if the sauce is ready and the pasta's not, well then I turn the heat off and then I turn the heat back on. Do you get me? Depends how busy you are, like, and what you got to do and all that sort of stuff. So now the pasta's boiling. Quite a strong simmer. I'm going to give it a stir. Stir this up. And that is pretty much boiling. So I'm going to put it on for 9 minutes, even though the pack said 11. And the reason I do it in this is because I can just, once it's cooked, I can just tip it out down the sink with it in the pot, and then I don't use the pasta strainer. That's my logic, because home cooking, you want it to taste good. How it looks isn't too much of a big deal because you can smell. It smells good. The room smells good, right? And yeah, I'm talking too much. We're making Parmesan. Here we go. I'm making myself laugh already because of how I use this. This is, I bought this from an op shop. I literally go like this while it's on. So don't try that at home, or do if you're confident. Right, we're putting peanuts in. I'm going to show you the ingredients. Okay, now I can touch that. All right, don't go everywhere. All right, peanuts are in. Wow! Sorry, mate. Okay, so put peanuts. Then we put, what do we need? We need miso paste. Okay. Probably about a teaspoon. I've got this one here, barley miso. Just, yeah. Okay, so it's a bit, you can skip stuff because peanuts are good. So about a teaspoon of miso. That's about a teaspoon. Right, get that out of the way. Then we want onion powder. Onion powder is going to add to the cheesiness. Onion powder and miso do frequent these kind of cheesy recipes if you want to make vegan cheese. But we're going for about a tablespoon. I recommend to use a measured amount. But I know this combination is really good and that you can't go too far wrong. That's about a tablespoon. My industrial grade onion powder. Now we need savory yeast flakes. Nutritional yeast. 4 tablespoons, okay? I do recommend follow the recipe and measure it out. It was measured originally. 1, 2, 3, 4. So heaps of nutritional yeast. And dill seeds, okay? Smell great. We're going to put 2 teaspoons, about 1, 2, and a little more for my homies. And I'm going to turn this on. It's already on. I'm going to put some olive oil for the sauce. I'm going to cook a courgette / zucchini from Julia's garden. Good amount of oil, as I always do. It's quite hot. What else? Salt. 1.5 teaspoons of salt. So I'm just going to eye that up. 1. Parmesan cheese is salty, so you know you can't really overdo that. 2. That's it. Now we're blending it up. Put this back on the heat. Oh, smoky. Okay. See where we're at. Yeah, I reckon we're pretty much there. There we go. Now you can obviously grind it up even more, but I like... Okay, I'll blitz it a bit more because there's some of that miso paste. All right, look at that. Taste test. All right. That's cheesy. All right, now, so that's it. That's how you make your Parmesan. That's really good. Chuck those over there. Stir that. Check the time here. 4 minutes, okay. Yep, so fusilli. So I'm just gonna slice it about as thick as a fusilli is. And I mean, it doesn't really matter, guys. Something like that will be fine. And then we'll cut them fusilli length. Yeah. And now these are going in. Now, chuck that one in there. Now I forgot that I was using some curry paste. So I just found this in the cupboard. This is just going to be our sauce with this and the courgette. So yeah, yellow curry paste. It's a Thai curry paste. Just had that kicking about. It's got red chili, shallot, garlic, lemongrass, salt, galangal, turmeric, cumin, coriander, seeds, cinnamon, and mace. 2 secret spices that go in yummy things. So we're just gonna... What am I gonna do? I'm running out of time. Turn the heat up, that's for sure. Okay. So yeah, I'm just... You know... Again, you know, we eat courgettes raw sometimes. They go good dipping, so if you're in a rush, you can just go for it now, really. Cook them for a little minute more. Pasta's nearly done, so we better get going. So I'm gonna go for probably a big blob. That's about 2 tablespoons. That's gonna be quite a lot. You could do like 1 tablespoon. You know, just, you can't go too far wrong with the yellow curry paste. I'm gonna stir that in. Should have really done that first, but it's gonna get soaked up into the oil and it's gonna cook out and then spread into all the zucchini. That's our pasta. So what we want to do is, see, we've already really got, I mean, those courgettes obviously could be cooked a lot longer, but that's gonna be what we're stirring in to our pasta. Now I better hurry up, turn this pasta off. We are going to get a decent amount of the pasta water. Pretty decent amount, that's about 1 cup. And now I will just tip this out. And then you've saved yourself one annoying dish to make. Putting all the pasta water in there. This is probably going to need some salt and pepper. These are already starting to soften. That's all I'm going to do with them, because we're happy eating them like that. And you know, it's just home cooking. I just wanted to show you the amazing vegan Parmesan, which just goes well with so many things. Dill seeds is a bit of a secret in this. And as you can see here, we are starting to absorb that liquid. And I'll put the timer on for another minute just so I know where we're at. And it's smelling very non-Italian right now. But hey, obviously, like I said, you can do exactly what you would do with your Italian dish, and you could still use this and it's going to taste good. Let me get a spoon. Cooking it for a couple of minutes, and that brings us up to temp, and it starts to feel springy and cooked. And then 10 seconds later, it'll turn to mush because it's cheap pasta. All right, I'm going to put some of this in just so you see what happens. Good couple of tablespoons, one for my homies. Stir that in. Still a little bit of liquid there. Probably could have done with a little more cooking liquid, but hey. So that's been about a minute and a half. So we're still in that al dente range as the packet suggested. But here we are. We're pretty much done. And if you've got a better mixer than my op shop one that I treat like absolute dirt, you can grind, you can blitz it to a finer consistency. And there we go. We are done. We're absolutely done. It opens the door up. Once you start substituting things, you start to realize that food is good, and you know, ingredients can be played around with. It's fun. Now, I didn't salt. I didn't season the courgette, but I think this is going to be. I make the pasta water quite salty, right? And that's it. That's our dinner tonight. Garden vegetables. I'm not saying that you should, but if you do, or if you have access to something really fresh, you really can't go wrong. I'm gonna give it a try. It's disgusting. No, it's good. It's good. But I love this stuff so much, I'm doing this on top as well. I like the texture of it. If you want to be really gourmet, a little drizzle of olive oil. But man, I've already put heaps of oil in this. That's it, man. So it's vegan pasta. The whole point is this peanut parmesan. It's the bomb, and once you do exactly this recipe, you can play around with spices and herbs, and you know, the amount of salt. I was actually pretty reserved on the salt for this, so yeah. Peanut parmesan, give it a try. See you at the next one.